Leave your comments on the Ask Reddit sub, and I'll read your answers on the next episode of LWIAR. If COVID never happened, what all would have you done on past 4 months? Honestly, it'd probably just find something else to complain about. Yeah, I thought I was lonely before this whole thing started, but now I realize I didn't know crap. As terrible as it sounds, I'm low-key glad COVID happened. Glad isn't the right word, but the silver lining of it is that it has made me realize a lot. One of that being loneliness. That I'm not as much of a homebody as I thought I was. That things could be a lot worse. It made me realize I'm even more of a homebody than I thought. I didn't go out much before, but I find myself not really missing the times when I did go out. Pretty sure I'm on my way to becoming a hermit and it doesn't particularly bother me. I'm feeling that as well. Always been pretty asocial, and having the opportunity to be a hermit without consequences is pretty awesome. The rise of the introverts has come. Carrot from carrot, the carrot safety carrot of carrot our carrot private carrot homes. I would have some of the vision that I lost, because I spent months trying to find a neuro-ophthalmologist that would see me after I started going blind. That would be cool. But now I get to learn some interesting new skills, like find a new career that can be done when legally blind, and don't walk into things that you can't see. It's an adventure. Edit. Thanks everyone for all of the replies and internet points. It's been a highlight of my weekend, being able to share and get such positive feedback. I needed that pick-me-up. Well, that just gave me a healthy dose of perspective. On rereading before posting, that wasn't a vision joke, but I'm leaving it because you seem like you'll appreciate it. As my reply was going to be, I'd have had my stoma reversal surgery and so I wouldn't still have an inch of colon hanging out the side of my stomach and crapping into a bag. But this is still temporary for me, whereas yours sounds pretty permanent and like it sucks. But you seem to have kept some humor, and I suspect that's a pretty hard thing to have done, so kudos. I used to work as a job placement specialist for individuals with disabilities. Now I'm a social worker. Shoot me a message and I can help you get in touch with some resources that could help with the job hunt, or I can offer some suggestions based on legally blind clients I've helped in the past. Edit. Thank you all for the wonderful comments. I just got off work and I'm going to enjoy my Friday evening. I'll be reaching out to all the individuals that are looking for help tomorrow and Sunday. Edit number 2, unexpected busy weekend. I'll be reaching out to some on Sunday and everyone else throughout the week. People like you are what make the internet a good place. Based on their line of work, people like them just make the world a better place in general. What a wonderful compliment. Social workers rarely receive praise but do receive a significant amount of criticism. It's a profession that truly is about desiring to make the world a little bit better. Thank you for your kindness. I would have had to work only 40 hours a week instead of the 70 that I have. The stupid clients assume that since people are at home and under the fear of losing their jobs, we can overwork them to insanity. You sound like my friend. She's getting overworked and unfortunately is an exempt salary worker, so overtime isn't a thing. I think her company is a B word for switching her to salary when all this hit. Edit. Thank you everyone for the advice and information. I'm going to share all this with my friend and see if there's anything she can do. Her exact words to me when I asked about overtime were, "I'm exempt though, still evil though to switch me to salary right before the busy season." She should check employment laws. Her company may be in violation and she may be entitled to additional pay. Edit. Maybe post to Ask HR too. Reminder that companies' business only employ you to generate profit, are not there to help you, are not your friend, and in many cases their actions are criminal, or would be, if they didn't destroy unions and bribe politicians. I'd like to add that HR is definitely not your friend. They're there to look out for the company and not you. Don't get it twisted. My boss was the same. Luckily I made him know after week 3 of quarantine that after 5 I had a life and I will gladly do whatever first thing next morning. GDP contracted by over 30% annualized last quarter. The frick are you smoking, LMAO? Surprise. The stock market isn't the economy. Surprise number 2. When wealthy people are given free money and the Fed starts buying bonds, assets like stocks go up. Because there's literally nowhere else for their money to go. I would have gotten my tooth surgery done and over with. I'll do it totally free and underground if you have pliers. Just an ice skate and a rock. And 80% vodka. Is the other 20% not vodka? The other 20 is water, the 80% is pure alcohol, my friend. We used all the vodka to make hand sanitizer, sorry. I used all the hand sanitizer to make Mai Tais. Was supposed to go to Burning Cat, using the vacation for my dad's funeral instead. I hate 2020. So sorry for your loss. I buried my dad with my free summer this year as well. If you want to talk, you can DM me. Edit. It looks like a lot of us are dealing with similar losses this summer. I want to tell you all that we are going to make it. That it's okay to cry. And that I wish you all the closure and peace you need right now. I'm so sorry for you both. Losing a parent is so tough, and to lose them during this mess. Burning Cat. Is that a Burning Man ripoff? In case no one's given you a good answer yet, it's a board games convention. This was its inaugural year and it was supposed to be held in Portland at the end of May. I, too, was really looking forward to being there. Take my Vietnamese girlfriend to Vietnam for 2 weeks. She hasn't been there since she was 5 years old. And proposed to her. Thanks COVID. PS I proposed here in the States anyway. She said yes. Congrats. Sorry about the trip though. I would have taken a kick-butt trip to Japan, which would have been way outside of my budget. Funny thing, I realized I wanted to go to Japan and the Olympics and I regretted not saving money. Next thing I know, Olympics are postponed and I now have a chance to save. I even realized that my friend also wants to go, so I will no longer need to go by myself. He doesn't give a heck about the Olympics though. As long as they allow Americans, I'm ready to FSU in Japan with Sapporo and soccer matches 2021. You bring the cocaine, I'll bring the dildos. I would have got married today. Here I can do the vows for you. Do you take your significant other to be your lawfully wedded husband, wife? I do. Congrats, you did marry. Thanks, I'm honored. Edit. Can we have sex now? Wait, did we just get married? Surprise mechanics. My first Reddit marriage. And I didn't even know I was invited. My first 1K votes. Thanks everyone. Would have kept my job. Gotten a raise, a sizable bonus, moved out of my parents' house, and ultimately taken my plunge into independence. Edit. To whichever kind soul gave me platinum. Thank you, heart. It's my first ever award. Now how can I spend this on weed? I hear you. I've been independent from my parents for years now. But this was going to be the year I finally felt like an adult. I was under contract to buy my first house when I got laid off and the mortgage fell through. I was just starting to feel like I had my crap together. The year before I had made more money than any previous by a long shot and had no reason to think it wouldn't continue to be good. I would have been working. I would have been buying stuff for my new house. I had a trip to Europe planned for May. I had no idea how much I was taking for granted. Now I just sit on my butt in my overcrowded apartment and collect unemployment. It pays the bills, but I was so hyped to thrive financially instead of just making do. I would have gotten a full-time job at my internship after graduating, but they lost too much money during COVID to justify hiring me. Edit. Jesus Christmas. This comment did well. Thanks to everyone for sharing your stories. I got a job after graduating, but not everyone is as lucky. Same boat here. A permanent position was all but guaranteed before COVID-related hiring freeze kicked in. I was really fortunate though. Followed up on an email from a recruiter and ended up in a much better place. Both financially and career-wise. I hope things turn around for you before long. What was your field of study? I would be working a part-time job in a failing weed shop which probably would have been shut down by now. Instead, I'm now the manager, have fixed nearly 100 issues I inherited from the previous manager. Store sales have improved greatly, and I suddenly have a career. All thanks to the global pandemic. Yay. Edit. Holy hell, this escalated quick. I'll do my best to answer these questions during my downtime between customers. Edit 2. Location. Canada. How I became manager. COVID-19 hits and I am the first of the 4 workers to be laid off. During the morning of what I then expected to be my last shift. 1 week later, the original manager has children. So when everything was shut down, the owner laid her off so she could apply for CERB, take care of her kids, and lose very little income. Assistant manager, now set to take over the store after cannabis is deemed essential, doesn't know or didn't care about CERB, makes a fuss about M being laid off, and has not taken his training seriously. I receive a call from the owner asking if I would be willing to come back to work as he no longer trusts the AM to not do anything stupid. The next morning I am informed that AM has been laid off, and going forward I will be the acting manager. Edit 3. Issues include but are not limited to products being improperly labeled, categorized, and priced. She was pricing a handful of items at a 300% plus markup. Mistakenly, I hope. She also made over 70 inventory errors, making it look like I either had 2 to 3 times the amount of individual products or the opposite side where it looked like we had only half of the product in our inventory. This amounted to the appearance of nearly $100,000 in missing product, which is frowned upon by the governing body, and led an inspector to be on my butt for nearly 8 weeks while I had to find explanations for the discrepancies. Edit 4. After roughly 3 months as acting manager and running the store alone, I was made the permanent manager and the other bartender was brought back. So a few days a week I can focus on paperwork and not need to do everything by myself, which has really helped lower my stress level. Sounds like a win. The world was a little bit difficult then, and things were a little bit harder again, and life was a little bit tougher. It's true, but good things were happening too. And then BSP. Carrot. Honestly about the same thing. Edit. I feel accomplished, thanks. Same thing except I got fatter due to being at home all day. Quite honestly nothing. I'd still be working and saving all the money I can. I guess if there was one thing that would have changed is that my small business wouldn't have been forced to shut down. But come Monday I'm back open. Good luck with the reopening. What type of business is it? A vending machine business, which is the perfect business to have when no one wants to interact. You enjoy it. At least his cashiers never complain. The only difference is that we play D&D over Roll20, Discord instead of in person. Edit. A lot of people are asking how to find a group and the answers from other users keep getting buried. So here you go. Roll20 apparently has a group finding function and a lot of people suggest LFG. Hope this helps. I miss those days when it didn't make much difference. I moved to New York City in February, a few weeks before the lockdown started. I had a whole binder of things I wanted to see and do and a job I was excited about. But I got laid off as soon as things got started and everything I wanted to do became impossible. And some of it is probably never coming back. I would have been taking the train to every station, catching impromptu shows, hunting down the best open mics, trying to pin down the best pizza and burger, putting together a D&D group, and traveling to other parts of the northeastern US that I've always wanted to see. I had big plans for this year, and I'm so heartbroken that all I've experienced is an endless chorus of sirens. So sorry for your loss. It's such a challenge to move to NYC and get yourself set up and be able to start enjoying yourself. I really hope things start moving in the right direction for you. My grandpa passed on the 27th of June. Was planning on seeing him for the 4th of July. So I'm with you on this one. Took 2 weeks off of work during COVID to attend his funeral. First time I've seen my family in years. Edit. TLDR, their grandpa passed and they didn't get to see them one last time. I would have hopefully passed my driving test. I failed it in March and weeks later COVID hit the UK. Haven't driven since. I'm not even sure I remember how to drive. Gotten married as planned. Thanks for watching LWIAR. The best of recent r/AskReddit submissions and comments. If you like this video, check out LWIAR too. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.